Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you've had a great day. As I've got dinner in the oven, about to work out, I just wanted to shoot a quick video reminding us about process and how process works in our lives. Process is a way that we grow and mature, and as we change ourselves, we get to influence the world. But sometimes process does not feel so good. Sometimes process means doing something hard, doing something we don't understand. Surely there's an easier way to get from point A to point B that's a straight line rather than a bowl full of spaghetti that's intertwined and tangled all together. But that's just life, and it's what it feels like sometimes. I know some people may say that God would never take us through a process that was hard or denied our flesh in such an extreme way. But I just want to challenge that thinking. I was reminded as I was talking to my husband this morning, just about process of walking out words that God gives us. So we were talking about how we had heard years ago about somebody that was believing for their back to be healed. And the word they got from God was to train and run a marathon. She's like, God, how is this going to help my back? This is going to make things worse. And she was wise, and she partnered with her doctors and chiropractors and her husband and family, and they all supported her, but yet it was a process. And as soon as she crossed that finish line, her back was completely healed. But it didn't mean there wasn't pain along the way. And it didn't mean that there wasn't things along the way that she had to overcome and be wise about. And that's kind of what it's like in our lives sometimes. That I know for me personally, very few times has God just ever snapped his fingers and just done a creative miracle or just done something that just took me out of the pain. Everywhere in the Bible, the examples are, he walked the Israelites through the blah, blah, blah. He walked the Israelites through the Red Sea. He walked people through things. He had the prophet Ezekiel, cook food over poop. And, there's just extreme ways and things that he creates a process, prophetic acts for us to walk out. And, a lot of times they're hard and very, very challenging. So what I want to do for you today, speak into you today, is don't negate the hard things. Don't negate the process. Don't find shortcuts, but truly walk out the process the way that God is telling you to, so that you can manifest the healing, so that your body can walk in wholeness, so that your mind can be free, so that your heart is set free, so that you can walk in the fullness God desires you to. That is what our lives are all about, how we can change and influence ourselves so we can influence the world. And on that note, I want to say have an amazing week. If you need help walking anything out, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what our heart is here for, and it is why we go through things that we go through, so we can help others better themselves in the process. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next week.